Greetings, Pikmin planters. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and let me just make sure the audio is working. For anyone that's in the live chat, could you let me know if you can hear me? Because this system of mine apparently doesn't like to work properly. I think, from what I can see, it seems to be working. Alright, but yes, welcome, Pikmin planters, one and all, to a new series here on the channel. With the explosion of Pikmin Bloom on the channel as of late, I noticed a few people were saying that they weren't really familiar with what Pikmin is all about, what the main series was, so I thought, you know, since many people are coming to my channel for information on Pikmin Bloom, let's try to get all the information we can about Pikmin as a franchise. So, we are here in the very first Pikmin adventure ever in history. As we just saw, this poor spaceman was struck by a huge meteorite asteroid thing in outer space and went crash landing down on this mysterious alien planet. So, he's in trouble. As he says, "My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved Dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen." Indeed, apparently oxygen is poison to this poor guy. We take it for granted here on Earth, but whatever. "My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the Dolphin by then... No, better not to think about it. I must find the missing ship parts." So I will apologize if this turns out to not be a live stream, because my broadcaster likes to crash randomly. So, I don't know. We'll see how well this goes. I do plan to try to have some members-exclusive live streams and or members early access videos for the series. And, if you are not a member just yet, feel free to click that join button down below to see what other perks may be of interest to you to start collecting, in addition to early access and or members-exclusive content like the live streams. But if you just want to stick around and watch a nice Pikmin playthrough, it's not going to be a speed run, it's not going to be a no-death run. I mean, I'm going to try my best not to lose anybody, but whatever happens, happens. So, if you want to see what Pikmin's all about from the very beginning, feel free to subscribe today, if you're not yet subscribed, but click the bell button to activate notifications for when new videos and streams are coming your way. Alright, let's talk more about my self-promotionism after we get some more stuff happening here in the game, like, for example, this strange object type thingy happen to show up. What is this? Now, you're not familiar with this if you have just played Pikmin Bloom, but this is essential to the Pikmin series. "A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too." So what did it do? You saw some sort of strange seed just pop out the top, right? I'm going to say, too, one of the hardest parts of this playthrough is going to be making sure I stay within my air bubble here. I didn't give myself as much room as I usually have on my layouts. I should be okay, though, I think. So, you might be familiar with this if you play Pikmin Bloom. It looks slightly different right now, but, of course, this is, as he says, "The seed that the onions dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without benefit of the wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press my A button." And so we shall, and meet our very first Pikmin in history. Right here. Red Pikmin were the beginning of it all. "Extraordinary! When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C and X as well. Who knows? Of course, I do know, and we'll find out for sure. The following controls appear to allow me several viewpoints. We can rotate the camera, we can zoom in and out, we can change the angle. Good stuff. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings." So as we get started here, we're going to throw our Pikmin. We haven't even thrown Pikmin and Pikmin Bloom just yet, but these strange flowers here as you'll see, are also essential to the Pikmin process. A strange red pellet has dropped. Throw my Pikmin at it, and it'll carry it on back. And Unknown Spike is wondering, will I play all the Pikmin games? As long as my system will hold out long enough to allow me to do so, that is the plan. Right now, I will be able to play Pikmin 1 and 2, and I might be able to do Pikmin 3. I don't yet know. I have to see if I can get the setup to work right, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can for sure. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So, as he said, we're getting some more seedlings by doing this. Now this, in Pikmin Bloom, they cut out the whole pellet aspect and bringing it to the onion. You just find the seedlings as you go. But, so this is something that, I guess, I don't think they would need to add into Pikmin Bloom, because the process works just as fine as it is, I think, for the time being. You know what? I'm going to wait for these two to finish, and they can come with me, because there is another... They're going to follow me, aren't you? Sometimes they follow. They should, though, as long as they don't... I'll show you this. Here, I'm going to zoom in. If I throw this Pikmin over here, see he pales out. He's more faded, and he has like that light over his leaf. That means he's not in my squad, and I can't control him yet. So I have to whistle him back in with the B button. So, chop that down. Come on. I didn't get a direct hit on it. Okay, you guys get up there. Bring that back. I'm coming back to harvest more seedlings. The game is basically... You're going to be bringing a team of Pikmin together to help you get yourself off the planet. Because as he says, he's got 30 days until he runs out of air, basically. What else was I going to say? I have a little list of things I want to talk about. I want to try to get them done before my system crashes again. So as I said, it's not going to be a speed run. It's not going to be a no-death run. I actually did complete this as a no-death run. This and Pikmin 2. Back when I was first playing them when they first came out. Well, maybe not right away, but I definitely wanted to do it at some point. And I managed to succeed in both games to get 0 Pikmin losses through the entire adventure in both games. I don't know how well I'll do this time, but as I said, we'll try to do the best we can. So the schedule for this series, I'm going to try to aim for a Monday to Friday kind of thing. Are there any more... I don't think there's any more flowers just yet, so I'm going to wait for these to sprout up. So I'm aiming for Monday to Friday. Today, my plan, though, for this episode is to have the first 2 days done, because the first day is just tutorial. The second day is where, like, the real kind of sequence happens, the real adventure. I believe we got everybody. And some of these episodes will be live streams, as long as my system doesn't crash. Some of these episodes are going to be simply early access to members on the channel. So again, if you want to get some members-only perks, click the join button down below and take a look-see. Now this box has a number 10 on it, which means I need 10 Pikmin to push it. Like if I throw 1 here, you see it says 10 and 1. So 10 is what I need, 1 is what I got. Everybody else get in there. Go to it, boys. There we go. Pushing that box out of the way like it's nobody's business. Did they all go? I think they did. If you hit X, it'll dismiss your Pikmin into a group, like just to stand idle. But if there is anything nearby that they can do, they will do it. So that's how I got all of them to push that out there. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned about Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick sprouts, press A to grab Pikmin, release to throw. Press B to call them, X to dismiss, use C to command them and control the group, and all of your viewpoints and blah 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 blah. So, I can push Y to access my computer. You're going to record all this information there. I don't really see that recorded. Wait! Yes, I do. I lied. And that is it that we have access to right now. So let's whistle them all up, all 12 of our Pikmin. And what is this? We found something very important. This game is all about finding pieces of your wrecked spaceship. Amazing! There's no mistaking it! My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me. But how will I get it back to the Dolphin? Well, obviously, your Pikmin. So let's get this. Alright, we need 20. And we've only got 12. That means we gotta make more Pikmin. Of course, that is the name of the game. I fell off a rock, that's fine. So there is a pellet here. Let's grab this pellet over here as well. We're going to make as many as we can. I think you can max out at making 25 Pikmin on the first day here, the tutorial day. Everyone got it, good stuff. Let's head back and wait for them to take root and sprout up. So, what was I going to say? There's anything else I was going to mention while we wait for this to happen? Well, the only other thing I can really mention is, I just saw some lag. I'm afraid of a crash. I hope not. Also, let me know if things sound okay. If the volume is too loud for the game or too quiet. If I'm too loud or too quiet. Let me know how things sound. But yeah, this was quite a... let me tell you. I wanted to do this for quite a while. And I found something... Like, I've had my GameCube for, the longest time. I've had my Pikmin games for the longest time. I'll talk in a moment. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Sound is okay? Awesome. Thank you, Unknown Spike, for the feedback. I want to make sure things are as good as they can be for everyone who's going to watch through this adventure with me. We got everybody. We do. We just got to grab these last few. I don't like seeing lag. I'm afraid. Okay, I think we're fine. I feel like this computer is held together with bubblegum and duct tape. Maybe a couple of rubber bands and paper clips. Okay, anyways, we now have 20... Didn't I say you can make 25? Did we miss a pellet somewhere? Now, spoilers, I guess not spoilers, but I tried this some time ago. I didn't have a way to connect my GameCube to the computer. So, initially, I thought I was going to have to do this with emulation. Now, as I just said about my computer being held together with, odds and ends, I was trying the emulation route, admittedly, and the game could barely play while trying to broadcast and or record. So I thought, that's not going to work. But I had ordered a component that allows me to hook up the audio-video cables through USB, and we were going to go with that. Wait, I think I missed a flower over here. No, I got that. Where did I miss a flower then? Who cares? Well, we got enough to move our engine. That's all that's important. So anyway, I got that component coming, and I was excited to be able to play Pikmin 1 until a memory clicked in. I had lent my copy of Pikmin 1 to a friend of mine when they weren't feeling well, and they liked the idea of plant creatures being like, the main heroes and stuff. So I was like, okay, you can borrow that. When I wanted to get it back after maybe a month or two, they claimed that I never gave them the game, and when I asked them, look right by your TV, that's where I put it. They said, I don't need to look because you didn't give me the game. So they just straight up essentially stole my copy of Pikmin. So, in addition to getting the component to hook up the GameCube, I had to buy another copy of Pikmin online. By some stroke of luck, both arrived at the same time, so that was cool. Alright, anyways, as you just saw, the engine has been repaired to the Dolphin. Oh, glorious! With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. So, with day 1 complete, that ends this episode. Just kidding. As I said, today's going to be a 2-day episode. I'm going to probably have no update on Friday. Or no, wait. I guess check on Willow, see if she wants out. There's going to be an episode of Pokemon Go this week, I believe. Now, again, members are seeing this on Saturday night. If you are not a member, you're seeing this on Monday. So, there you go. But, yeah, I believe we're going to have a Pokemon Go at some point this week. So that'll take up the upload that day. Because I want to have 4 episodes of Pikmin to end off on day 5. So then we go, like, a 5-day schedule, Monday to Friday, following in the next week. So it's been 1 day since Impact. I have somehow managed to launch the Dolphin, but I was surprised to see the Onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems like they will help me again tomorrow. The Dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotate. Analysis shows life support systems will function only for 29 more days. How can I repair my Dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. And that's that. So you give it a little rundown here. Oh, the cat does want out now. Of course she does. Let me get that door for you. You can basically see the rundown on screen, though. It's showing how many Pikmin we've produced this day, how many were lost in battle, how many were left behind. So, as I say, I'm going to try my best, but this is likely not going to be a no-death run. Okay, so let's go save up our first progress here. And, as he says, we can now land in a different section on the planet. Instead of the impact site, we're going to head over to the Forest of Hope. And I like the music. I was going to say, I like the music in the Forest of Hope. I like the music in general in this game. It's nice and peaceful. Maybe not as peaceful in the last section, which we will get to eventually, but we'll save that for when it happens. So we're in day 2, and this is where things kind of start to pick up, because as you'll see, we now are on a time limit every single day. My Dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's Onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the Onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the Onion and press A, which we're going to do right now. So we can pull out as many as we need. We only get 23 total. I'm going to grab them all. Now, this will be familiar to some Pikmin bloomers out there. This grass over here, I'm going to chuck a few Pikmin into it. And as they start plucking away at it, you may see nectar. And much like in Pikmin Bloom, drinking the nectar, as he says here, another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities, can't say that, of these flower Pikmin. Essentially, no, you don't need to know more. They're just faster, they hit harder, they are better in almost every way. But I think that's all the nectar? Hang on. There's more grass over here, though. So I'll let you guys start plucking that up. Wait, come here. Get all these in there. And there's no limit, I don't think, to how many Pikmin can drink one glob of nectar. But I think... No, we're not all leaved up just yet. Or I mean, flowered up. Guys, get it. Every last one needs a flower. I think we got it good. Oh, there's one leaf in there. Whatever. Okay. So, this strange stone structure. We want to get through here somehow. But, if you can hear that banging, they ain't doing nothing to that. So, we're going to ignore that. We're actually going to start making a few more Pikmin. You see something outside there? Let's not talk about that just yet. We'll get to it. These guys are going to attack this little stick barrier. They can definitely break down. Are you guys rejoining us? Come on now. Get over here, help them out. And all I gotta do is basically bash their flower heads against it. And there's nothing we can do to help. We can take a nap if we want to. We just gotta wait. So this is something that they could somehow incorporate into Pikmin Bloom. Like, you know, this isn't really a hazard, I guess, but obstacles perhaps, or I don't know what. See, that could be the kind of thing. I mentioned in the live stream earlier on Saturday that we could maybe encounter underground tunnels and such. Maybe some of these could be barricades down there. But for right now, they're just slowing us down. We're almost done, though. And as we see out in the distance, why am I not centered in my own bubble? I told you this is going to be a hard part. We do see our first enemy, known as a dwarf bulborb. Yes, dwarf, because that's your big guy over there. These little ones aren't as much of a threat. The trick is, if you can land a Pikmin directly on top of it, it dies in one hit, which we're going to try to do right now. And just start throwing willy-nilly, because one of them's got to do it. Yeah, we got him. All right. It is down. Now there's still more around. I'm going to try to clear out as many enemies as possible so that we can have a safe trip back when we do find some more of my machine pieces. There's a couple small ones over here as well, and I do see a part of the ship on a little ways behind it. Got you, awesome. Don't you move just yet, little guy. We want to drop you quickly. There we go. Alright, now, this is your danger zone right here, this big guy. Let's first get a whole bunch more Pikmin together. I'm going to take this pellet back, and as I said during the live stream, I think I said this, some Pikmin, what are you doing? Get over there and help. Pikmin can take the fallen enemies back as nutrition, and in addition to, you know, say like the pellets, you can turn the enemies into new Pikmin as well. So I was saying something about how if they include enemies in Pikmin Bloom, perhaps defeating them could get you some more seedlings or something, because that's essentially what we're doing, is turning the dead monsters, the dead creatures, into new seedlings. And that's all there is to that. Depends on what kind of creature, like they'll give different amounts. Like you'll see, hopefully we can take down the big guy without losing anybody. And we'll see just how much our number grows. I didn't mention this yet either, but down the bottom of the screen here. So this number I'm trying to point at, 22, that's how many Pikmin I'm currently controlling in my group, the ones that are flush with color. 49 is the total number of Pikmin on the field, which includes ones that are standing astray, ones that are still planted in the ground. I guess that's it, plus what's in my party. And the big 4-digit number, which is now still the same as, say, 53, is the total number of Pikmin I have altogether, including in the onion. So, you can only have, I think we might get to it at this point, or some point, you can only have 100 Pikmin out at a time. But you can have an unlimited, well, I guess not unlimited, it's 4 digits, but you can have up to like close to 10,000 Pikmin all across the board in your onion and such. And there's still 2 more? Yes, there is, okay. Let's grab these ones. So with 53 Pikmin, do you think we can handle the spotty Bulborb? Before we even try that, we want to get this machine piece. This is... Why, it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo! It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. Okay, guys, grab that, please, if you don't mind. Can you? So this is kind of what I was talking about, trying to get maybe treasures or something. Well, treasures is more of a Pikmin 2 thing. But I was talking about maybe upgrading radar or the detector in Pikmin Bloom, maybe finding certain machine pieces as you play through Pikmin Bloom could let you do that to start detecting more things, you know? And that's where I kind of got the idea from right here, is where Olimar needs to get 29, well, I guess total of 30, including the engine, but a total of 30 machine pieces to rebuild his Dolphin. Which, by the way, is a clever little reference to the original code name, I think, for the GameCube, before it was finalized. They were going to call it the Nintendo Dolphin. And I believe that's where this spaceship got its name. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I now have recovered 2 of 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So the more pieces you get, the further you can take your Dolphin, and there's several different landscapes you can land in, and we'll be getting to them at some point. But now, shh. During the day, the big Bulborbs are asleep, so we're going to sneak up behind them. There's a couple different ways you can try to take these guys down. I don't know why I'm whispering. No! Don't take that. Thank you. Don't walk right past him. Some people like to just swarm with everything they have. I'm kind of more of a throw and pray. So we're going to start launching like crazy, and don't stop. Don't give it time to regroup. Don't give it time to think. Don't give it time to breathe. Just keep attacking. Just go, go, go. Hopefully we can get through before it actually takes a bite of us. And we did it. Meanwhile, my clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So it's best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and day display. At the bottom are my spacesuit damage meter. Yes, I can, well, Olimar can get hurt. And Pikmin gauges. From the left, these numbers reflect... I already said this. Pikmin under my command, Pikmin in the field, Pikmin in the onions. To adjust my monitor, I can press L to rotate, R to zoom, and Z to change the viewpoint. I can also press Y to view the computer, blah, 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 blah. I mentioned most of that. Okay, now you're seeing that some of my flower Pikmin got knocked around in that fight, and they've reduced down to buds. This is what some people were saying could be a means to, sort of like, you know, a downside to attacking creatures in Pikmin Bloom. Maybe they would lose their flower. But I still say, if you're going to fight a monster, and if it eats a Pikmin, then they shouldn't simply lose their flower. You know, it should be something more risky or detrimental than simply eating too much nectar that day. Because, of course, in Pikmin Bloom, you can feed your Pikmin nectar and take petals up to 6 times, and then they just can't produce any more nectar. Call me harsh, but I feel like that's not a punishment enough for losing a Pikmin. I mean, I'm sure we'll see me lose Pikmin at some point in this adventure. So you'll see how things go. I might as well just tell you now. So yes, Pikmin can be eaten, Pikmin can be killed, as we saw on the, what do you call it, the status screen at the end of the first day. So you can lose Pikmin, but there's a thing, and I don't know if he'll mention it at some point or not, but if a flower Pikmin is defeated in battle, or maybe even hazards, then there is a chance that they will leave behind a seedling for you to re-grab or repluck the next day. And I think that covers most of what I was going to say about that. But as more things develop in this, we'll find out for sure. And in this game, the Pikmin aren't as intuitive, I guess, where sometimes they can get caught on things like on roots and stuff. I was just checking to make sure they didn't. You can always use your C stick to command them somewhere. See, I'm moving them right now. And they can trip, as you saw. I think a couple of them do just now. But for the time being, can you guys bust this down? Of course, the more Pikmin you have doing something, the faster it should take. So this shouldn't be too long. We got us another Bulborb over there, Spotty Bulborb, which we'll see plenty of through this adventure. But they're not the only creatures we're going to encounter, not by a long shot. There are quite a few Earthling monsters. Now, okay, technically, we don't yet know this is Earth. But I will say, spoilers, in the next 2 games, they confirm for no shadow of a doubt that this is Earth for sure. I mean, not just because, there's oxygen, but this planet has access to not only Duracell batteries, but also ferrets. No other planet in the universe has both Duracells and ferrets, trust me. Okay, so let's try to take this guy down, this little one, without waking up the big guy. Don't eat him. Get away from him. Nope. Who's attacking? Get out of there. We lost one. No, I saw a shat. Wait. No. Okay, I thought I saw a spirit, but I think it was the dwarf Bulborb's spirit. We still have 71 in our party. Okay, good. He's going to sleep with his back turned to us. I like that. Okay, again, let's do what we did the last time. I hope we do just as good. Come on, don't let up. Don't give him a chance to get any fruit. No! Oh, he fell. Keep going. Come on, guys, go. This is how intense this can be. Intense. I'm telling you. It's like you're camping. Okay, let's grab these guys, take them back. Give them something to do while I do something else with something else going on here. You'll see in a moment. I think you guys should be okay if I leave you here. They're just going to start beating up flowers. Alright. Okay, guys. Hold your horses. We got something to do. There's another mysterious thing right here. It's a yellow onion. We're already gaining access to our second Pikmin of the adventure. And you're seeing that we're finding them in the exact same order as you find them in Pikmin Bloom, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got yellow before the blues. And our first yellow Pikmin is now here. So, every Pikmin type will have various differences, different abilities, different, let's say, immunities, for example, and we'll go over them as we find them. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter, they are obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. And, much like the other Pikmin, I gotta chuck you with some flowers. So they do fly higher. That's one of the bonuses or benefits of yellow Pikmin. If there's a high ledge you can't get to, if you can't throw your red Pikmin to, yellows are going to be the way to go for that. But there's one other, I think just one, main distinction that the yellows have over the other Pikmin in this game. Come here, dude. Keep grabbing these. I'll get you some backup. Grab these two. We gotta pluck some more Pikmin. We gotta grab some more pellets. There's one over here. The red guys were helping out ahead of time. There we go. Take that back. Gotta grab this. As long as you stay close to the onion, too, once they've finished bringing something back, they will automatically rejoin your party, which is good. You don't need to constantly whistle them back every single time. So now, I think Olimar's going to mention something. I'm going to take one more pellet back. Yeah, right here. So as I said previously, see that number 100 that's blinking yellow in the middle there? That means that there's 100 Pikmin on the field right now. So he's going to take this. I'm going to start plucking these guys, but they're going to take this one back to our onion, which should produce 2 more yellow Pikmin, as we now know. I didn't mean to throw you. But check this out. This is important to note. I've made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. You know, I want to say, he reminds me of me, because I'm going out doing Pikmin Bloom, trying to learn stuff, and then report back to everybody. So he's reporting to me what he's learning. Anyway, little similarity. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds. Yet, the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time in any area. Isn't that interesting? Very cool. Alright, so I'm going to show you something else that the yellows have over the... Oh, well, I guess we can't right now. We gotta hurry up. It's almost the end of the day, but we'll go over that thing the next time. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the Dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own, but if I don't call the stragglers back... Sorry, if I don't call the stragglers and add them into my group, they may not be able to get back. I am sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I am somewhat concerned, excuse me, I'm gonna burp, about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. So, guys, head back on in. To put them back for us, you just go under the onion, push A to access it. And I don't think we have time to do what I wanted to do, because there is, I believe, a machine piece right around here. But we don't have time. Alright, let's get these guys back. The next piece I want to get, of course, I'll get in the next episode, and I wouldn't say it's crucial. I mean, it is probably crucial to launch the ship, but not crucial in the sense that you can still play the game without it, at least until you're about to finish. Alright, all you guys, put you all in, and I'm going to hope that the last remaining Pikmin are the ones that are here. I'm going to pluck them out anyway. So, if I do leave them in the ground, over time they will, on their own, naturally grow into a bud and a flower. But I'm going to pluck them all right now just to make sure I have everybody with me. Okay, 15, 16, 17, and 18. We got everyone. Okay, no Pikmin left behind. Look how dark this gets. It's even darker on my view than what you're seeing on the playback here. Alright, so the end of day 1... Sorry, the end of day 2, but day 1 of our playthrough is a success. We got ourselves another machine piece. There is the next one I'm going to get. Again, not going to hype it up too much, but it's helpful, let's say. Very helpful. Extremely helpful, actually. But again, I don't want to hype it up too much. So, let's launch ourselves off to safety. They never really explained how the onions can fly. I guess no. Propeller. Look, see? Look how close we were to ultimate destruction at those Bulborbs. Scary. 2 days since impact. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press Y to locate my parts. Yet, there seem to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it, and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. It's very important to do so. Alright, so we are now at a total of 102 Pikmin in our squad, in our collection. 89 reds, 13 yellows down the bottom. We've got 28 parts remaining and 28 days remaining. So we're on pace, at least, but we should be able to pick things up in the later days. But that is going to be... Almost dropped my controller. This is going to be it for today's first episode of Pikmin. If you enjoyed the adventure and if you're looking forward to more of our struggle for survival here on planet whatever this is, let me know by clicking the like button down below. And if you want to see more content from Pikmin, feel free to subscribe to the channel today and hit the bell button to activate notifications for updates when videos and streams are coming your way here on Professor Chaz's channel. You can also click the join button if you want to get some of the occasional live stream members only access or early access for members as well. So stay tuned for all that. Until next time, Professor Chaz is signing off. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you next time.